new government officially took office this week, which ended months of political deadlock that limited the government's power to implement economic reforms. Chatmongkol Pissamaigosol reports.
Thavisin led the 34 members of his cabinet to take their oaths of office in front of the King of Thailand after he was declared the country's 30th Prime Minister on August 22. The parliament named Setha as the country's new premier after weeks of delay due to disagreements over the formation of a coalition. Thailand was embroiled in months of political deadlock after election winner and Move Forward party leader Pitha Limjaroenrat faced setbacks in being elected as the country's prime minister. Pitha pledged to amend the constitution and implement changes, particularly in Thailand's decades-old majestic law, once he is officially elected as prime minister. However, the election winner failed to get the necessary votes to win the post and encountered strong opposition from the conservative military-backed Senate. The setback forced its strongest allied Pheu Thai party to break the coalition and form its own, which comprises 11 parties. Setha was one of the 3 prime ministerial candidates under Pheu Thai. In his inaugural address, the 61-year-old real estate tycoon said he would formally unveil his policy agenda next week and pledged to lead a government for the people. The oath-taking ceremony was witnessed by Thailand's King Maha Vajiralongkorn and Thailand's Queen Suthida at Dusit Palace in Bangkok on Tuesday, September 5. Aside from being Prime Minister, Setha will also serve as the Finance Minister of Thailand. Meanwhile, Pheu Thai will hold the key posts of Foreign, Defense, Commerce, Transport, and Health Ministries. รายงานจากราชบุรี นายชัดมงคล พิสมัยโกศล SMS ประเทศไทย สวัสดีครับ
Thai and Chinese Navy officers are holding an annual joint military exercise in the Gulf of Thailand next week. Anissa de Guzman has the details.
More than 400 officers and soldiers from China and Thailand attended the opening ceremony of the Blue Strike 2023 joint naval training earlier this week. The annual drill will start on Sunday, September 10 in the Upper Gulf of Thailand in a marine camp in Sattahip district in Chonburi province. The joint military exercise aims to exchange naval knowledge, perform naval operations, and strengthen military ties to address regional security threats. Thai Navy officers welcomed the arrival of Chinese ships at the military site. The Chinese Naval Task Force deployed a submarine, an amphibious dock landing ship, a guided missile frigate, and a comprehensive supply ship. Blue Strike 2023 marks the 5th joint training by the navies of both countries since the military exercise started in 2010. Chinese and Thai militaries also held the Falcon Strike 2023 joint air combat drill in Thailand in July, which lasted 21 days. Chinese and Thai militaries also held the Falcon Strike 2023 joint air combat drill in Thailand in July, which lasted 21 days. The drill comes 6 months after the United States and Thailand kicked off Cobra Gold 2023 military exercises, the largest annual military exercise in Southeast Asia, attended by nearly 10,000 troops in February. Disha Anissa de Guzman, Rangan Chakuntep Mahanakon, SMNA News, Pratat Thai, Sawadika.
In Brazil, thousands have been displaced due to a cyclone that ravaged the southern part of the country. Fatalities have also been reported. Margaret Parcasio will give us more details.
On Tuesday, officials say at least 21 have died from the extratropical cyclone that battered southern Brazil, particularly in the state of Rio Grande do Sul. Among those who died included a man killed by an electrical shock in the town of Passo Fundo, and a couple whose car was swept away by a river as they tried to cross a bridge in the town of Ibirayaras. In addition to the 21 fatalities, reports say one death was also confirmed in the neighboring state of Santa Catarina. Authorities said the state of Rio Grande do Sul saw hail and more than 300 millimeters or almost 12 inches of rain in less than 24 hours. Since the severe weather began Monday, reports say thousands have been displaced, and the City Hall at Mukum recommended that residents seek out supplies to meet their needs for the next 72 hours, as authorities warn more flooding is possible with more rain forecast from Thursday. Rio Grande do Sul Governor Eduardo Leite said that about 60 cities were affected by the storm, and Macam City Mayor Matius Trojan, quote, "There are still people missing. The death toll might climb higher," end of quote. However, President Lula da Silva said the federal government is ready to help. Currently, many of those affected are still without contact. It can be noted that around 10 million of Brazil's 203 million population are at risk of landslide or flooding due to the areas they live in. Reporting, this is Margaret Parcasio, SN9 News.
Saudi Arabia and Russia, two of the world's largest exporters of oil, have extended voluntary oil production cuts until the end of the year. Melchizedek Cadiz has the details.
Oil prices jumped after Saudi Arabia and Russia announced the extension of oil production cuts until December 2023. Riyadh will extend its 1 million barrel per day voluntary oil production cut, while Moscow will reduce its oil exports by 300,000 barrels per day until the end of the year. U.S. President Joe Biden last year warned Saudi Arabia of unspecified consequences for partnering with Russia on oil production cuts amid an ongoing war with Ukraine. Meanwhile, the oil-rich kingdom pledged to monitor the market and could take further action if necessary. Saudi Arabia first implemented the 1 million barrel per day cut in July and has extended it every month since then. Reporting, this has been Melchizedek Cadiz, SMNI News, Kuwait.